Hey guys, so today, actually this evening, we're going to go over to a barbecue, and I was asked to bring some baked beans. So I thought, what a better way to do that and to knock a video out at the same time than to take our brand new cookbook from our church. It's the 3rd volume of this cookbook, and find a baked bean recipe and do it. But since there's not going to be a lot of us there, I'm just making a small pan of this. So I'm going to half this recipe pretty much. So it calls for 2 large cans of baked beans, like a pork and bean kind of thing. So I just got 2 small cans, and it calls for 6 strips of bacon, and I'm going to do 3 strips of bacon. Calls for a half an onion. So I had some onion left over from a different recipe that I did earlier, and so I'm gonna go ahead and chop that up. And a cup of ketchup, a cup of dark brown sugar, and 2 tablespoons of mustard. So I'm going to just do half a cup of ketchup and half a cup of brown sugar and 1 tablespoon of mustard. You can combine all of those things. You stick it in the oven for an hour at 350. So it can't be, you know, that's what I love about these kind of cookbooks. Most of them are fairly simply easy peasy done. And I'll, let me know if you try it, if you like it. I'll let you know when I'm done if we like it. Now, as you can see, some dirty dishes in my sink. Sorry about that. But I just got done doing one of our family favorites, a banana pudding recipe for the same barbecue. So you can go check out that video as well. But yeah, so we'll see how this goes. And my son is talking in the background, so if you can hear him, he's probably on his headphones and doesn't know that everybody else can hear him. So I'm gonna pour these pork and beans into this pan. Here, let me wipe my hands off. But let me show y'all what I'm doing. So hold on just a second. So I took my pork and beans and I'm just dumping them into this small dish. And because I'm halving the recipe, I'm just putting it in a 8x8, 8x9, whatever it is, pan. And we'll see how it works out. So this is Miss Amanda's recipe, and I love Miss Amanda. She is my singing partner in choir. So Amanda, if you see this and I'm doing something wrong, please let me know. Or if you're Amanda's daughter or in-law or son or whatever, let me know if I'm doing something wrong and this is not how your mama did it. And next time I do it, I will make those corrections, and I'll be very sorry that I didn't do it the right way. So I'm just gonna cut this onion up, and I'm not a professional chef, as you can kind of tell with my cutting skills. So if I'm doing that wrong, let me know, I guess, or just look over it and just be like, well, she's just a mom and she doesn't know how to chop an onion, so, and you'll leave it at that. So my mom would probably tell me that I'm doing it wrong, or not. She probably would not tell me that I'm doing it wrong. She'd probably say, whatever you want to do, honey, do it that way. But I love my mom. So I'm cutting this onion up, and it says just put that looks like a good amount of onion for some baked beans. I like onion in my baked beans. I guess if you don't like onion in your baked beans, you can leave the onion out of the recipe, and you probably would change it for everybody else, but it wouldn't change it for you, right? So I mean, if you don't like it anyway. I've already washed my bell pepper, so I'm just gonna cut this. And the other day I was cutting a bell pepper, and I told y'all that this is how I cut it, and I got some seeds with the last time I cut the bell pepper, but this time I didn't get any seeds, and then all the seeds stay in there and it makes it look like a little bird cage looking thing. I think it's kind of cool, but it's really good because then you don't have all these little wayward seeds going everywhere. So this calls for a whole bell pepper, and since again I'm not doing a full recipe, I'm only gonna do half of this bell pepper, but I'm gonna go ahead and cut up or cut that off, and then I'll put that in a Ziploc bag and throw it into my refrigerator, and I'll use it for another recipe on another day. So I'm just gonna kind of cut these bell peppers up like so. And then it will be, this seems like a really, there's my oven preheated to 350. It seems like a fairly simple recipe to do. And throw those in there. I like all these recipes that are dump it and go recipes. That's my kind of recipe. So I've got, let me get a Ziploc bag out of my Ziploc bag drawer. So I can go ahead and put this in. I saved my bacon, cutting my bacon for last. So, and I know you're probably not supposed to cut it on the same cutting board, but I've got all this in here. So this is my onion and bell pepper and beans. And just pork and beans in there. So that looks fairly good. All right, and then you add, the recipe calls for a cup, but again, I'm only doing half of the recipe. So I'm gonna do half a cup of ketchup. Sometimes my mom put, she always put ketchup in her baked beans. Sometimes she used barbecue sauce, or if she put ketchup in it, she did, and I'm gonna say this wrong, and y'all are gonna, yell at me for how you pronounce it, but Worcestershire sauce, Worcestershire, however you want to say it. She would put some of that in there, or she would do barbecue sauce. So this calls for 2 tablespoons of mustard, but again, I'm doing half a recipe. So I'm gonna only do half of the mustard. So we'll put that in there, and then set that over there. And then I'm gonna chop up, I need to put the brown sugar in there, don't I? So it calls for a full cup of dark brown sugar, and I only have light brown sugar. So we're gonna just make that work. So that is a half a cup. So, and that's all I need in there because I'm doing half the recipe. So now all I gotta do is cut up some bacon. So, I don't know if that's how you're actually supposed to do that, but I see chefs do it on chef shows all the time, and I think it's really cool, so why not do it? That, and I don't like to get bacon juice on my scissors. So I always use a knife to cut open up most stuff anyway, so I figure why not. So we're gonna do 3 strips of bacon, 2, 3. I'm gonna cut that in half. And I don't know why bacon is so hard to cut. It says to chop up uncooked bacon, and it's probably my knife is too dull. I don't know, but every knife I have ever used to cut bacon doesn't do like you think it does. I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy. I probably am. I'm talking to myself. Well, actually, I'm talking to y'all, but I feel like I'm talking to myself, so I feel like I'm going crazy because I'm talking to a camera. When I first decided that I was going to do this, cook through cookbooks, I thought, I'm just gonna sound like a crazy lady because nobody's gonna listen to me. And you know, and I'm just talking to myself, standing in my kitchen talking to myself, and you know, it sounds like, oh well, there's crazy Christy again sitting in her kitchen talking to herself. And I really feel like that's what I'm doing. But, so I got that chopped up, like however you can chop up that. And we'll put that in, let me wash my hands. Okay. I probably did that so backwards because now I'm going to have to touch the bacon wrapper anyway. So I'm going to get my other Ziploc bag, or probably Walmart brand Ziploc bag. I'm going to turn it inside out so I don't have to touch the bacon. And then I'm just going to flip it in to the bag. I don't know if y'all saw that or not, but it was not very graceful, so I hope you didn't see it. So I'm going to set that over there. I'm going to bring my beans over here. I'll put my bacon into, uncooked bacon into there in the sink. And then I'm going to stir all of this up in here. Get it all nice and stirred. And she said cook it for 1 hour uncovered. So let's get that mustard stirred up real good. And hopefully, if you've never made baked beans before, if you want to try a new way to make baked beans, this will give you a new recipe. Let me know if you liked it. Like I said earlier, I made a banana pudding, and I also made I made 2 desserts for the barbecue today. So I made a banana pudding, and I made a yogurt icebox pie. Y'all, that's really, really good pie, and it's really super simple to make. So I'm gonna put this in the oven, and I will let you know how it turned out. Thanks for watching, and please like and subscribe to the videos, and we'll cook through all these cookbooks. See you later. Okay guys, the baked beans are coming out of the oven, so come here. Let's look at them, see what they look like. Oh, they smell so good. Nice and bubbly. Check that out. Okay, so I'm just gonna let them cool off up here. Turn my oven off, and smells so good. A little too hot to taste for right now, but I'll get back to you and let you know how it turned out. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.